All righty. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, Bassman? I don't know if David's here yet. If he is, hi, David. If not, we'll see him in due course, probably. Anyway, hope you're well. Today, I made the executive decision yesterday. I pulled the plug on the P-51B. I do not do scale modeling to spend my entire day fucking filing. Pretty simple equation. Brian, how you doing? So what I did was I dug out, I've got the lid conveniently handy. Yes, I do. Give me a moment. This. I have another Mustang. In fact, there's two here potentially, but I'm only going to be doing one. So I'm going to have a bit of a goosey gander at that kit and probably get down to giving it its black wash, but I want to give it a bit of a look over, see what rocks and or rolls with the kit in question. Along the way, I wouldn't mind. Excuse me, I'll just adjust my microphone. Potentially doing some work on the nameplate of the Warspite. Oh, David, how are you doing? See how we go for the on the time, basically. This is the nuts and bolts. Yes, it is. Now, let me get into posse. Up in we come. Now, as always, you know the drill, peeps. Yeah. More Mustang, James. How you doing? More Mustangs, the better. Well, I have the car as well, of course. I'm enjoying the car. Let me just bring the camera around. Oh, hey, cutie guy, how you doing? Now, let's have a look at this. Now, first, before I do anything else, let me just hit mute for a moment. And my phone, my headset's giving me. I had my phone on charge yesterday, and it's giving me this diddly. I don't know what its drill is. I think it's just time to get a new headset. Unfortunately, I have the financial capacity, and I might even be able to do it today. Although I'll get these files or get them out of my way, I tell you. Yes, I do. I'm good, thanks, cutie guy. Yeah, I do, mate. This I have indeed done. Before the stream, just going to have a quick check that there's a little bit of water on that one. Most of them are dry. Conveniently being under the aircon's probably done no great disservice on that front. They're all nice and dry by the looks. Whoops, the days. Oh, come here, you. Yeah, they've all dried. Fantastic. All right. Now, let's have a look at what it's like on the detail front. And that's a little upsetting. It's a little light on the detail there. What about the other side? Well, that at least put a smile on my dial. I have to work hard to get this to look pretty. Okay, I'll give you a zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. There's not much to work with there. I'll get some shit going on because there are some little bits to work with, but not much. As you can see, it's not exactly the most what's the word I'm looking for? Detailed side of the canopy I've ever seen in all my day. Not canopy, side of the fuselage I've ever seen, or side of the cockpit. We'll do what we can with that. Other side. much the same sort of a drill. As you can see, we're going to need to put a bit of imagination into how we're going to go about this. I'll work something out to make it look at least a bit. This is Hasegawa. Now, one of the things I'm not I'm not minding is, give me a moment while I know you're seeing lots of, not much, but here we go. Here we go. This is one of the things I kind of like. We've got good detail on those batteries to work with and give them a bit of love. In fact, can I get you in right close? I'll bring it right up if I can. As you can see, we can get some very good detail done on that. And we will too. Let's see what else we've got here. Now, the big one for me, I'll zoom you out for a moment while I'm trying to find it. Dashboard. I love dashboards. What the hell? Oh, they're going to have one of those. Let me see. Yeah. It's a curious thing. I'm not quite sure why some companies want you to put the blades of your propeller in rather than just have it pre-made, but hey, whatever, man. And this is the one where you put them in. Whatever. Now, where is that dashboard? Here, dashboard. That's the vent. Rear wheel's got a bit of sexiness on it. Let's do the wheel struts. I'll zoom in on them in a moment. Looking, not finding. Thrubbing. Deary me. When I see it, I'll go, oh, of course. Not there. What the devil? Let me just grab the kit box in case I've inadvertently left it in there. Wouldn't have thought. Now, fortunately as well, there is in fact a second kit in here. Let's have a look at these assembly instructions. Just about what part number they suggest for the, well, they have for, J2. Now, they also supply a decal, apparently. Thus. So let's have a look. J2, they reckon. Maybe. Oh. Party poopers. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what they are. They are party poopers. Oh, scoundrels. They have denied me detailing options. Bastards. I'll have to run with the decal then. Grumpiness. Okay, I'll show you. This is the dashboard. There is no opportunity for detailing. I'm going to have to use the decal. I suppose there are worse fates in this world, aren't there? Oh, the pain of it all. Now, that is an intriguing question. It's, it's not an entirely silly idea, is it now? Because that has a lot more nice, it's a lot nicer. And you know what? Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. You know, Brian, I reckon you are onto something, my man. So, what we're gonna do? Let's see if we can augment our Hasegawa by cracking open the armor hobby and transposing. That would be, if we can achieve that as an objective, that wouldn't be all bad. Theoretically, it is. But good sir, I have something that may facilitate our endeavor. This debonder, and I think you'll find that we also have a couple of areas where we can get a bit of purchase on the sides of the fuselage. Let's do this, kids. Now, give me a moment again. I need to hit mute. Excuse me, I'm a bit snuffly today. Now, here we go. Up, come here, you. Gotcha. Now, rubbing. You see, here we go. Here we go. Right. Now, because, hang on, I'll just slightly change the camera angle. Now, because we haven't got a tail here, and of course it's actually quite open through here, the actual areas of bonding that we need to address are only through here, here, there, really. Now, what we're gonna do. First, we need a brush. Now, this is where we well, and this is a bit loose. Here we go. This will be a piece of piss, gentlemen and ladies and others. All righty. Now, all right. Let's reach over here for the ship brushes. And we're going to go with... I find ship brushes can be very handy at times. On something substantial, but enough that I reckon I might be able to roll with this one. Let's see how we go, guys. Now, yeah, debonder. I've used it before. And what I found, and when I used what I'd done, or the situation I used it in previously, was where I had, as well as building the B-17, and I'd glued the wheels together beautifully, forgetting, of course, that I needed the hubcaps to be inside first. This fixed the problem. Now, in this circumstance, where we have a few little areas to work with, I'll just open this. I'll zoom you out a bit. I am kind of hopeful that we can get this out or open. At that point, we've got a few things we can consider doing and seeing if we can apply to the Hasegawa foist. Let us. I want to get this. We'll try to get into the areas where there's gaps or existing gaps. And what you do is you You need to apply it and let it do its thing for a bit. Slowly but surely, we will get our result. Now, this is also a circumstance where having a really strong grip is no bad thing. Okay. And then we'll go here. It's a slow but easily performed process. Because if especially there's an existing gap, even a very small one, can be easy. Because what you do is you drop the liquid in. Oh yeah, it's coming apart already, guys. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this will happen easily. I should probably, what I might do, just so you can see what happens. Now, if I'm okay, now what you can possibly see here with a bit of luck. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got a bit of a gap here. Now, part of that's been created by the debonder. Part of it was there to begin with. And what I'm going to do, this is going to might get a little blurry. So when I get the brush actually in that gap and slowly work the liquid down, and that will slowly eat away at the glue. So that's what I'm... Oh no, it'll happen, man. It'll happen. Obi Rob knows this to be true. Now, into there. Now, the other question I can ask is, I mean, this is the, how shall one put it, technically correct and very polite way of doing it. The other option that exists, of course, is to be an absolute fucking animal and destroy the fuselage and get that done. But that's not the way I roll. Let's have a look at what we can do up the top here. It's not all one side at a time. It's... Now we're getting to here a bit. There we go. That's good stuff. That's where you want to go. Get this shit into there. And once you've got enough loosened up, and it'll be visually obvious, that's when we can start getting maybe a bit of leverage into there in the form of maybe a file or something. And slowly crack it. Now, aha, here's a good target. Into there, I tell you. There we go. Now, it's coming apart already. Almost. Then will come the sizing up with the sizing and the fitting. Now, the next salient point will be, will the other stuff, all the stuff from here, fit in the Hasegawa? Because once I get this apart, I'm going to, if I can, I will transfer almost all of it. Now, I reckon if you go a bit more into here, there we go. Now, here. Then comes the question as to how far can I take that? As far as I'll have a look at how the vent goes together in the Hasegawa, and there's an angle I want to push a bit further with, and see just how far we can take this transposition. Is that the right word for this occasion? Or transferal? Or use of various pieces? It'll be a bit of a hybrid move, but hey, you know, how are we travelling here? Look at that. Now, what have I just lost? Excuse me a moment, guys. Found it. Now, Frankenstein modelling indeed, Brian. I found what I've lost, or it dropped out, and that's fine. If you're going to be doing, excuse me, oh, come here, you. Yes. Now, excuse me again. I'm back. Now, what we're going to want to know, where are we attached? Still up at the back here on this spine. We'll soon address that. Now, what I might want to do, just very quickly, so that I don't lose that part, because there is a possibility of that happening, of course. Delete. Now, I'll be stoked if this happens. Getting of this opens the easy part. I'm talking about more the, and it might even just be as simple as, whilst it's not something I would be looking forward to in any meaningful terms, just taking a little bit off of one side or something, the sides a bit, which would involve filing, but at least it would be filing for a cause, and it would depend on how far out it was. You know what I mean? This is going to be very much patience is a virtue sort of stuff. Now, let's come under here a bit. Tell you. Oh, hey, here's something I was going to share with David and indeed anybody in the UK. I was on YouTube and I caught this video of a guy from the US, reaction video, reacting to football chants from the UK. And I've got to say, some of them are hilarious. Quality stuff. I mean, I've experienced the cricket equivalent because when I was working as a bouncer, we had the army come through, and I've got to say they were really nicely behaved, really good guys. Although, as a friend of mine pointed out, the people who have paid good money to come overseas and have a good time, they are not going to want to start any kind of shit or be involved in any kind of shit. Or if they do, they're clearly major dickheads, and the rest of them will just stay away. Yeah, fair call. Give this a few more applications, and then we'll have another crack at getting the fuselage apart. Let me see, a gap there yet? Not yet. Oh. Almost. Whew. Mouthful of coffee required. As I said, it's a bit of a patience game, but if we pull this off, yeah, I think the dividends would be what we bald men call big. Mm. And the other advantage would be that it'll be much quicker to get this one, as in the P-51D, up to the same point as the 109A. We could even just do 2 or 3 streams, and I reckon we could achieve that objective because, of course, a lot of the detailing would have been done. So it's oh, hey Sprue, how are you doing? So Sprue is another David. Aha. The plot thickens. Let's see. We'll go underneath. Yeah, this is going to happen very soon. And the good part is I won't have destroyed the fuselage in doing that. So if I want to potentially use oh, excuse me, dear oh dear. Oh, we're almost through there. That's good. Now, so this is how you use debonder, guys. If ever you need to get something apart, and you can, as you can see in this instance, I've gone for a I'm doing a whole fuselage, and it is happening. It's just a very slow, patient game. But in this circumstance, let's see how we go in this time. Can we? Oops. Careful now, Rob. Careful. Just be gentle, big boy. Ah! Now. There we go. Mission accomplished. Next. Rinse brush. Actually, that's possibly jumping the gun, because of course I want to get a few bits out of there now. But I would prefer, let me just get a bit of paper towel to wipe the brush clean or dry. I would prefer to see if I can just gently lever it out. And then we're going to need to do some measuring. Now, I'll pop that up to here. Now, here's another idea. Let's see if, gently now, Rob. Come on. Maybe leave it from there. Come on. Did I get the whole thing without breaking it? No. Bugger. Now, this is the big one, though. Let's see if how. Oh, come on, gently now, Rob. All right, complete with. Oh, boys and girls, we have done well. Next objective. The dash. Again, gently now. Well, I glued it well, I'll tell you that much. Got it. With footrests, what's more. Doing all right. Okay. Dr. Dissector. Now, next. Measuring time. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Let me just find. You might recall my showing you this marvelous device that I inherited from my mother. This is about to come into its own. So, we are talking about a width. Now, give me this quick moment. Okay, yep. Nice and gentle here. Actually, I don't want to use that. It doesn't. Yes, it does. I prefer to use this side now. So, hey, doesn't matter. That's okay. I can glue that back on. That's, in fact, in some ways, that might make it for this time being ease of purpose handling. There's our width. Right. Let's find the floor. Here's their floor. Let's check that again, just for my... Yep, that's correct there. It's a bit snug perhaps, but... Wow. Scope this out, guys. Okay, here's my calipers. So there's our width of the floor there, yeah. Has to go on floor. Look at that. Look at that difference. That's huge. Now, there is another way to consider this. Yes, there is. And that is just because that's, well, basically the question will be is, if I were to put that in dry as a trial run, will the fuselage still go together? Just because it's that narrow, let's see if it happens. That's basically where I'm going with it. If that can still fit in, well, winner, winner, chicken dinner. If not, we'll see what else I can utilize as part of the outcome. There'll be things. There'll be things. Now, so there's there. And there. Right, now let's just go for the first step. As always, the first thing you should check. I mean, this is just obviously not really going to make that many odds. So there we go. Right. Oh, that's rather good of them. Here's something I'll show you that I'm going yee-haw about. Zoom in. They've actually taken the time. They might not have given good detail on the inside here. They have printed in their pressings a gun sight. Bless their cotton socks. Now, zooming out. Okay. So, now bearing in mind, so this would need to sit there. Oh, it's not there. Where would it sit? So it'd be, yeah, there. Roughly. We might need to do a few trims. We'll say there. Yeah, that makes sense. So, maybe. No. Oh, hang on. Ooh. No, it is definitely too wide by quite a margin. Now, this then raises other questions. Can we use the seat? Or I'm not going to go through the process of narrowing this down. I've done far too much filing of late. Let's see how we go. What I reckon I might try is we've got some very cool things here, like, give me a moment. Gotcha. This little bank of detail here. Anything else here we can grab? No. There was... Anyway, now. And maybe this... if we can get that... That's the mask. See if we can get that in. Now let's measure our chair. Actually, we'll get this out of the way as well. Can we get that straight out? We can. There we go. So we've already got potentially a whole stack of stuff ready to go. That will help us flesh out the detail. So we'll see how that rolls out. So I'll zoom out a bit, guys, so you can see a bit more of what I'm doing and what we can work with. Now, chair. Is that the chair? Seriously? All right, calipers. Calipers. This is a much narrower kit than... all right, and... Oh no, we can use the chair. That's good. That's very good. Dash. We should probably do some measuring for that. All right. Now. Excuse me again. My, I'm coughing very badly today, aren't I? Now. This is also a slightly different shape. Give me a moment. Now, if we're going to try this, give me a moment. We might need this. Now, first question we need, and indeed we will. Now, the first question we need answered on that front, though, is will this slide in to the... well now, that's got to go into... for this to work, that is, or for us to be able to... Come here, you. We'll need to fit to there. So, slide those over. This is getting a bit interesting, I must say. I don't mind spending a couple of days doing this sort of a caper, just because I think that we can then at least salvage something good out of... You know what, guys? We are in luck. So yeah, I reckon we can use the dash. Now, I wonder why it is that the floor is too wide, though. I mean, we can use the chair and the dash, but what's with the floor? Let's just make sure it's not just me mismeasuring. What's the line? Yeah, measured twice, caper. Actually, is a different way of doing it. Nah, it is. It's way wider. Like, wow. Yeah, you can actually see it quite clearly there now. So I'd need to say, nah. Well, no wonder that's not going to roll. But, I reckon we can get, as I said, a lot of those other pieces in. So we will. Most notably the chair, the dash, all that sort of stuff. And that's going to give us at least some detail that we otherwise would not have. So, oh yeah, I'm over the P-51B, mate. It's I do not. I'll tell you what the killing blow was actually. It was, I don't know what inspired me, but I went to Google just to do a search on armor hobby kits, and whether it was just me, whether there was actually a thing about armor hobby kits being a bit ill-fitting. And lo and behold, yes, there was. And it was not uncommon, apparently, and it was right about then I've gone, you know what? I'm out of here. And I'm sure a lot of people would be unsurprised. Now, that's something I wanted to have a quick goosey gander at, is, give me a moment. How do they go about the vent? It's in this rear one. This is a much more simple assembly, by the way, as I'm sure you're unsurprised, but wow, yeah, heaps easy. Now, okay, they don't have anything in particular to. All right. Now, that being so, this is where I might see if I can snaffle another bit of detail here. And you can't quite see what I'm. Zoom out a bit, which you can't quite see what I'm having a bit of a speculation about here, guys, is this. Now, one thing I did like about this kit, in fact, to be fair, there were a few things right up to the point where the filing kicked in. Give us this for a moment. Now, what I want to find out is if now this would tricks there. Need to sit like in there. So what we would need to do, okay. Right in here, because they wouldn't come out to there, it would sit back into there. What I'm looking at is seeing if I can get this into here. Now, let's see what its width is like. The width is fine. It's the depth. But fortunately, I reckon, so if I got to there, I have a cunning plan, boys and girls. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Right. Yeah, that'll work. What I'm going to do, you know what, guys? I'm getting actually a fair slice of enjoyment, I must say, out of doing this monster mash. The monster mash. I can see I'm probably going to get into this for a few days in a row. This is good. Now, what my plan is, and I'm probably going to have to remove this photo etch, but I'll zoom in. Yep. Now, here is where it's going to go. There's a little nodule there. We're going to have to slice through that. And you'll notice that there's a little lip there. We'll have to keep that. But that gap between there and there is where we're going to slide this. However, to achieve that, what we're going to have to do is A, make sure the tops are properly full at 100% smooth. And probably I would estimate, and I'll take the photo etch for first so it doesn't get damaged. We'll try about that line there. And, or maybe even just in front. We'll saw through there with one of our little micro saws. And then the idea will be, we'll measure it out. That we slide that, or we'll do it, then reattach and then slide in to here. So, and thus we at least get that nice little vent looking thing. Prime that up. There's a thing. Boom. We can also, give me a moment. Now, I'm getting adequately enthused about this exploration that I can confirm I will be working on this Frankensteining tomorrow. Now, what am I looking for? There was something I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Aha! And there's even a little bit of photo etch we can utilize, hopefully, being the one that goes in there. We've still got the little photo etch for the vent for there. We'll put that into there, hopefully, if it fits. We're going to get some good crossover action here. This is good. All right. Now, next, what we'll do is bing. Now, again, it's going to need to be nice and gentle, Robster. Here we go. Off you come. Excellent. Excellent. Blue box. Right. Next, we need not there. Where for is? Oh, that's too heavy-handed, I think. Where is? Oh, there they are. Now. Let's have a look. Let's get this out of the way for a moment. Now, I would suggest that I would be doing myself a big favor to put them somewhere nice and safe, but isolated. Where? I don't want them just to be loose. Excuse me a moment. Now all this is holding. You can't see the little box here is my airbrush cleaning brushes, which do not necessarily need to be looked after so delicately. So, if I lose these pieces, especially those ones that I plan to utilize or use, and there's a few of those, I'll be most frustrated. I'm not using that wheel. Am I using that? No, I will pop them in there anyway, just for ease of purpose. Now we'll pop that over to here. Okay, now next, if I'm sawing just in front of those nodules, that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, next. Right. There we go. All right. Oh. Yeah, I've been told that, mate. Yes, that I have an evil laugh. Yeah. Now, here we go. Here's the blades I require. Now I guess the bigger, this being a form of Frankenstein modeling, I suppose the bigger question I really have is, whereas whenever I think of Frankenstein, I think of the classic, "It's alive, it's alive." I'm trying to think what the aircraft or the scale modeling equivalent would be in this context. I'm open to suggestion on that front. It's starting up. It's starting up. Something to that effect, maybe. I guess because that's what the aircraft do. All the scale model ones don't. I don't know. Does that matter? Who knows? These are the mysteries of life. That blade's not quite straight. Hang on. Come here, you. You just behave yourself. There we go. There we go. No, we don't. No, we do. There we are. Oh. About there. Now, this might take a. Oops, that's not quite straight. So it'll probably take a few rounds, and that's fine. Careful there. Don't want to cut myself. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, we have to do this, push it in a bit more thoroughly, and just work with that. All right, up we come. Getting there. It is, as I said, going to be a process. In this instance, I don't mind going through the process because I know what I'm aiming to achieve here, and I can see what I'm going to achieve here. And as I said, if we do this properly, this can look really, really quite cool and really add to the whole basis. I mean, the Hatsugawa kit's pretty basic. This will make it look a bit more next level, shall we say. At least then I've salvaged something from the horror of the P-51B. Oh, come here. Trying to think if there's a better way I can. No, it's not there. Then that'll get in the way. No, I think it's just a thing. Get that down out of the way, but need that. Come here, you. I ask you. Now, something I can consider doing, because I don't necessarily have to have this finished now, but I guess it'd be part of like assembling the parts. Not assembly, getting all together. That's what I'm trying to. Geez, that's not coming through, is it? Wow. Oh yeah. There we are. I'm not quite sure how deep that part is. I hope it's not solid all the way through. That'd be inconvenient to say the least. I wouldn't have thought so. Okay. Now, there might be another way I can approach this, guys. Looking at the back of this. Going to pop that here for a moment. We're going to get a little bit nasty about this. Boom. Boom. Yeah, that's the way, Robster. Just go about that depth. Have to be do this a few times. There we go. There we go. That's what I probably should have done from the outset. Just been a little more vigorous with it. All right. Then there's a little bit of work I need to do on that, and then I'm going to just make sure it fits. And then, hopefully, we've got a vent ready to rock and roll. And that will look better again than what we'd otherwise have. Now I'm going to go down that line. All right. And there we go. Now, need to do a bit of filing on that one. Twitch. mere notion of filing at the moment gives me the heaves. But actually, before I do that, I won't necessarily get stuck in right now. First things first. Can I? Let's just see straight away from the outset. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I don't even need. Guys, look at that. Yeah, nice one. So yeah, that's going to fit. Certainly to there, and yeah, beautiful. I'm happy about that because I can even right now, right here, right now. Here we're going to have a better vent. That's cool. Happy about that. Now, what else can I do to enhance? Delete. Now, other things I could consider is that the bearing in mind that I am going to have to use here's something we might have a quick look at on their floor. Give me a moment. Now, I don't know how much what I think I'm going to do, what I want to find, and what we'll probably get into tomorrow. Actually, no, we can probably do it today. I want to give this a black wash. Now, let's have a look at their floor once I find it. Give me a moment. Here we are. Now, the Armour Hobby kit had some really nice little decals that I could potentially use for here. And as such, I'm thinking of doing just that. Now, here's something else I need to quickly consider with regards to the seat. Now, their seat goes on. Give me a moment. Now, what I'm just checking here, yeah, no, that's okay, is basically whether it's got a flat bottom there, which is what the Armour Hobby seat that I'll be wanting to put in has. The reason that's relevant is because it's got to sit up on that. So if it's, yeah, there's a little platform. If theirs goes down onto that, if you see what I'm saying, it would mean the Armour Hobby set would probably be too high, but it doesn't. So it's all good. Now this actually, I think that's going to, I'll have a look at what that does. There's a cross thing here. Not sure if that's meant to be footrests. Now, something I do need to consider is, yeah, they're meant to be footrests. I think it's the drill. Which, there's a question. Now, give me a moment. Something I want to check on the height. A couple of things here. Is, I need that. Where's the dash? Did I put that in the blue box? Where's the dash? Unhappy Jan. Might as well put this away while I'm here. Definitely not there. Oh, there it is. That had me nervous for a moment. I can hear you. So now, here we are. Boom. Now, all right. Now, what I want to find out here, I'm just going to have to use this as something to approximate with. Come here, yeah. Bear in mind. So how low does this go? We're putting that into there. Yeah, this will have to. Give me a moment. There we go. I'll have to take the footrests off. That's fine. That's what I was checking. Next. Well, at this point, our next step, okay, and this is one we'll do tomorrow, is to give it a black wash. Now, our black wash will bring up all the panel lines and everything else. And after that, well, once that dries and before the, yeah. Anyway, tomorrow we're giving this a black wash. We're going to bring up all the detail. Which then brings us to Monday. I want to get back to the car, but we'll see how I'm feeling about things tomorrow, so what we get onto. We'll get onto something. That's for sure. All righty. Well, that was, I didn't plan on taking apart the Armour Hobby P-51, but I did, and I think we've got some really good results out of that, actually. I'm also genuinely looking forward to actually seeing how much we can improve the Hasegawa kit with the addition of those Armour Hobby bits. I think we can really make it look a bit better than what it would otherwise. I think that would be a good outcome. I'd be happy with that. Okay, now, well, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. First-time viewers, you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe. Boom. There you have it. Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And what do we want? I want you to do, people? Yeah, I think I did pretty well today, David. I'm pretty happy with the outcomes, actually, because, as I said, I reckon we can really improve. My pleasure, Brian. I think we can really improve on what the Hasegawa is with the addition of those bits. It might require a bit of jiggery-pokery, but let's face it, jiggery-pokery is where it really comes into its own, and I'm not averse to such behavior. So we'll get that rocking and rolling, guys. Thanks, Bassman. Anyway, yes, so tomorrow I'll be back. We will continue. Actually, we'll give this a black wash and bring up the detail. As to whether I go back to the car on the Monday, which I may well do. It'll be airbrushing time. Or option 2. I mean, there's options I have. So many options. Either way, tomorrow, black wash. Boom. All right. Thank you very much again, guys. And I will be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous. My pleasure, David.